people, stand up and sing. No more rain, we're finally on our way. Brothers and sisters, we need you all. And it won't go away. We're the chosen forward to do the work that must be done. Alive with faith and purpose to bring our people together. It's time to stand like a people. You know it's time to stand like a people today. It's time to stand like a people. Stand up and sing. No more wondering. We are finally on our way.
Our children need to see themselves in there. To see that nothing is impossible when they try.
Like the people,
Yeah,
time to stand.
yeah.
Like the people today, it's time to stand. Like the people, stand up and sing. No more wondering. We are finally on our way.
Our brothers and fathers and elders, they have given us all they can. They taught us and want to protect us in this hard and weary land. Their traumas give us courage. None are free of us all. There's no lies to take back our hand. No time
To stand like the people. It's time to stand like the people today. It's time to stand like the people. Stand up and sing. No more wondering. We are finally on our way.
sounds a lot.
Fathers and elders, they have given us all they can. They still and will protect us with heart and bitter land. Their traumas give us courage. Every woman and man, that are free of all. With our lives to take back our land. You know it's time to stand like a people. You know it's time to stand like a people today. It's time to stand like a people. Stand up and say, no more wondering. We are finally on our way.
One more time.
People, it was time to stand like the people today. It's time to stand like the people today.
Stand up and say,
No more wondering, we are finally on our way.
yeah.
Ashe, Ashe.
Ashe,
I see, I see, I see. I'm in the right here.
Good morning, Jose. Good morning, Jose. Good morning to those beautiful faces here in the sanctuary and this has been a rather difficult morning for us this morning. We were here yesterday, obviously, to pay our final respects and lay our dear sister and Dina to rest. And we've had some technical difficulties this morning, but we are here. I want to open this morning by having our dear sister Keisha come and pour out yourself. Good morning, folks. Good morning. And the custom to recognize that we're still those who came before us, and that it's always appropriate when we come together for collaboration, remembering. As Father Mike said yesterday, we had a beautiful celebration. Yes, yes. Life, yes, yes. Our sister, Dina. And so we start this morning. I love to welcome you first here after this room with us again today. And I say, I share. And as I say, yes, it's hard to say, man, and Dina without saying her grandson. I don't know why his name just left me. I know it very well. I know. We said it together. Okay, DeMarco. And supposed to come to us this morning. But then we also want to remember and give honor to those who are responsible for us and our parents. We can be all think about and say the name of those of our parents who are inside. And ask that on the other side, and ask that they can be with us this morning. Let's say their names. Rose Dixon. Okay. I'm sure. And then she was just a youngster in my estimation, but she touched the lives of so many people. And yesterday, there was a car accident. Oh, yes, yes. The spirit of beauty, of singing, of perseverance, of being identified. And yesterday, and the spirit of be with us this week. Not that we say so, but that's a word from. She affected our lives. And even affected the kids, because a whole other generation is singing her songs and telling the truths. So yes, the spirit of determination, of hard work, success of the word of God. I kind of do this morning. But then his first name escapes me, but the brother must be called Jasper. Christian. He was also pressure on God because he was singing with a husband what was the name their name, he said, all others. And so he said, your spirit, your humility, your success, your beauty, and be with us today. But he said,
I'm not what he threw there.
when your keyboard spirit. And so we told our ages all of those are before us, who have made our lives better, those whose names we know, and those names we don't know. This before celebration to the ancestors of the earth.
Sure.
The ancestors to the sea,
Ashe.
the ancestors to the east,
Ashe.
those
Yeah. Because if they weren't, they wouldn't hear anything.
yeah, not listening. Listening. You can see our affirmation. Everyone who's blessed here to stand here in the sanctuary to get started, we will know God's truth to be free and self-determined.
Creator, help us remember humanity, glory, helping our ancestors, and to honor the struggles of our elders.
Let us strive to bring new vision and life to our people. Let there be peace and harmony among us.
Caring and creative. Let us work, let us study, so we may learn and teach and cultivate self-reliance.
Grant us power, O Lord, as we struggle to resurrect our hearts and our homeland.
We will raise our children according to the needs of our nation, with discipline, patience, devotion, and courage. We will strive to be the living models of the new direction of our people.
We are an African people.
We are children of God.
See?
Before we have our announcements, I just feel it in my heart. Because yesterday was one of the most beautiful days that I've ever experienced. Coming together for sending Ngina home to the ancestors, we showed, as both say, unity, umoja in its greatest form.
Yes, yes.
I think that all hands came together to make sure that there was everything that was needed.
Absolutely.
Everything that was needed.
Yes, yes.
And so we as a community, sometimes we don't recognize all that we do because we do great things and we do things with love and diligence. And so I just want to say, just from working this week, preparing for Ngina, that it was the greatest of honor to be just with everyone. So that I just said, so thank you. So I'm gonna have announcements.
Yeah. First from Oakland and then from Sacramento. Yes.
Any announcements?
Yes. First of all, I understand that we're having some problems hearing on Zoom. We are trying to fix it. Bear with us. Let's see if I can do this. Okay, for our announcements from Oakland, on Sunday, March 16th, the next time we're in this building for Sunday service, we will have Sister Wanda Sabir will be delivering the message. A lot of us know the fact that she's the co-founder and the CEO and coordinates the Bay Area Ma'afa commemoration every year. It's in its 30th year this year. So she's also a doctoral student in the Women's Spirituality program. She's going to be Dr. Wanda Sabir pretty soon. And I'm sure that whatever message she has for us will be very, very interesting and enjoyable and informative. So let's please come out to see her in a couple weeks. On the first Sunday in April, we are going to have a joint Wose Oakland Sacramento service right here in the Oakland Sanctuary. So we will be welcoming our Sacramento family down here to be with us. And Minister Imhotep, it will be delivering the message that morning. And then the Sunday, 2 weeks after that, we're gonna have our annual Mama Jasir that we take out each and every year to honor one of our honored ancestors. And I think, well, let me not talk about what I think. So we'll have a beautiful celebration that morning. And this is new, spring equinox dinner and dance. We at Wolsey are Wolsey in Oakland, are planning to have an equinox dinner and dance, probably around March the 22nd. We haven't ironed out all of the details yet, but we want you to know that it's coming. Get ready, get excited, and buy your dancing shoes now if you need to do so. And now I want to turn it over to Sacramento, if Sacramento has anything they want to share.
Sisters and brothers, I don't have anything other than this Friday will be First Fridays, and it's going to be poetry night that night, and Sugar D from Virginia will be leading that. Also, this fifth Sunday in March is Biko Sunday, and we will, instead of having our live in-person service on the fourth Sunday, we'll have it on the fifth Sunday of this month of March. I don't have any printed announcements. A couple of people have sent me those, but I've been kind of busy, so I don't have them, and I apologize, and we'll have them for next time.
On that fifth Youth Sunday, we are going to be combining the young people from Sacramento, Sanctuary Live. It's going to be kind of a joint service with the young people from both communities that day in the sanctuaries of each of our communities.
As you know, yesterday, we buried our dear sister. We do want to have Mama Zakia is going to read what we'll say, what we wrote about Mama Zakia. And so,
Greetings, Wolsey families. I'm honored to share this information regarding sister, our ancestor. This is from Wolsey, Oakland. It is with great sadness.
Stop.
It is with great sadness that the Wolsey community acknowledges the transition of Mount Ingina from the earthly realm, and with great reverence that we welcome and recognize her and as an honored ancestor. Mama Ingina joined the Wolsey Community Church of Oakland in April of 1983 and was a devoted member who worked tirelessly in the Wolsey community for over 41 years. Her accomplishments and contributions are too numerous. And below, we highlight just a few. Mama Ingina served on the Council of Elders, the leadership body of the Wolsey community, for many years, and was a part of particularly every major decision or action taken at Wolsey over the last 30+ years. She sang with the Wolsey Choir, the Songs of Fire, for many years, and under at least 5 different directors. Was the head of the Moses Circle for many years. As such, She served many hours working in the kitchen preparing after-service fellowship meals on Sundays, was a founding member of the group, the Women of Wose, wow, in which the sisters of the Wose community met and discussed their common interests, concerns, and needs. Headed the Wose Oakland of the painting of the purchase of the church for and decorating the Oakland sanctuary. It was established as an ancestors table, which an honored centerpiece of the room. She cared for the altar, which she referred to as the holy home. She cleaned it, smudged it, replaced it on, and made sure there were flowers. Even when she would not be present in service, she ensured that there would be flowers. For many years, we reached out to many Wose members who suffered an extreme illness or death in the family by sending them flowers and or cards. She initiated and had the building fund fundraiser, which eventually paid for the replacement of the windows in the Wose building. She was a very generous and consistent financial contributor to Wose and to she participated in establishing scholarships for Eli Omade students. She volunteered at Eli Omade by preparing breakfast and lunch every Wednesday for several years. She was a stalwart member, always there with a smile to welcome visitors to our Sunday service. At our services, after our circle prayer, we take time to greet each other. It was Mama and Gina who named this Huggy Kissy Time. For over 40 years, was almost a constant present at our Sunday service until the first of COVID pandemic, and then her failing health made her unable to attend. Even after she could no longer physically attend live services, she was a constant present on Zoom. During this time, as a member of the Spiritual Life and Assistance Commission, calls every week, helping to coordinate both Zoom and live Wose services. Mama Indian emphasized that it means to follow the sacred African way and was a true example of what it is to live Maat. Her physical presence will never be missed. But we are comforted by the knowledge that her ancestral spirit will forever be with and guide us. Mama Indina, we thank you for your love, for your commitment, for your work, your sacrifice, your presence, but most of all, your smile, your loving Wose community. We thank you and we love you.
And now music from the sounds of Maat.
Hey, family. We had a little precipitation this morning. Some of us may have a little rain in our hearts, but this song will hopefully give us some perspective on that.
Yes.
Rain falls down, no one, that's what makes all the seeds grow. Tears fall down, and then is the healing that you see. Seasons, reasons, harvest they don't come unless you have them some. Rain falls down, no one. That's what makes all your seeds grow. Tears fall down, let them. And then it's the healing that you see. Season. Harvest they don't come unless you have some. Rain falls down. No one, that's what makes all your seeds grow. Tears fall down, let them. And then is the healing that you see. Seasons, reasons, harvest they don't come unless you have some. Rain falls down, but no one that makes your seeds grow. Tears fall down. That you see, seasons, reasons, harvest they don't come unless you have you some. Rain falls down, but no one, that's what makes your seeds grow. Tears fall down. Let them, it's the healing that you see. Seasons, reasons, harvest they don't come unless you have you some. A little rain may fall, but the sun is gonna shine after all. Oh, don't you know? Rain falls down, but no one, that's what makes all your seeds grow. Tears fall down, let them, in them is the healing that you see. Seasons, reasons, harvest they don't. Rain falls down, but no one, that's what makes all your seeds grow. Tears fall down, let them, in them is the healing that you see.
Ooh, Lord have mercy. Yes.
Yes. Thank you. Ooh, mercy. Here.
Thank you. I don't want it I don't want to go on without saying, thank you, Mama Latrice. It is wonderful having you back. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and to the staff. This has been a difficult week for us. We had some technical difficulties this morning and had to change our computer. I understand that people on Zoom are having problems hearing. We are at maximum output here. We can't figure out what the problem is, so it's right. Anyway, before we have our historical tribute, I would like to take this time to introduce what I think is a very, very special person here. Mama Ingina's great granddaughter is here with us for her. I will ask Yana, it's Yanni.
Yanni.
Yanni, if she would like to come up and say a couple words. So please welcome Sister Yanni. Mama Ingina. This is the Martin
Daughter. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Hi,
Fine, fine. Gonna be all right.
Thank you for supporting, allowing me to be here.
Yes.
Granny always said, no, you gotta go upstairs. She was right by your house. 10 minutes away. I was like, Granny, I don't wanna go by myself. I don't know these people. And it's funny because I do know you.
Yes.
I'm a child here.
Yes.
I showed my siblings upstairs and all the memories of Nisha and Sister Aponte.
Yes.
Just everybody, and as much as Granny probably talked about me, she was always saying, sister this, sister that, and I'm like, too many sisters. Like, I remember every sister, every brother, but again, I'm gonna start coming first and third Sundays, right? I want to be here because I feel like it brings me closer to my grandma. That's what she would want. And I'm so appreciative to you guys for allowing us to be here yesterday, for allowing the space for me to do this, and just welcome me because I feel alone sometimes. And seeing you guys makes me feel less alone. And I really appreciate it. And I will continue her legacy. I will make her proud. And I will be seeing you guys. I will become a familiar face. Yes. Hi, everybody on Zoom. Yes, thank you. I really do love you guys, even if I don't know you guys. Because I know you guys love me. And I'm so thankful. And thank you guys so much.
I don't know about you, but I saw Indina in her. Okay, so we have come to that time in our service that we call our historical tribute. It's a time that we take out each and every Sunday to pay honor, to pay homage, to pay tribute to some significant, not necessarily famous, but significant person, place, time, event, or location in our history. And we do it because we try to keep alive at least 7 generations of our people's history. And we do it because we know that if we don't take the time to teach ourselves about what we have done, it won't be done. Right. If we don't praise ourselves, nobody will do it. And last, let our children, like Sankara, know that we have done great things in the past, so that they can know that they can do great things in the future. Right. Speaking of great things, I want to bring up one of the greatest sisters I've ever known. Bring her up to the mic to give this morning's historical tribute. Mama, would you please come? As you've been doing for years, over 40 years here.
All right, Mama Keisha. Oh, Mama Keisha. Love you. What wonderful wise one.
Good morning, say.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, boss.
Good man. All right.
The word. There's something in the atmosphere because my printer and my computer didn't talk to each other. And so I couldn't get the items that I wanted up on the screen to detect the computer. And I heard, I said something is wrong with you. And then all of a sudden, in time for me to print this, they talk to each other. So I had a copy of what I wanted to say, but what I wanted to put up on the book board just wouldn't come. So bear with me. I want to talk about the word. The beginning, except checking. I brought forth with the words of my mouth. We wrote all over the wall. It was writing every place. So here we are, all these thousands of years later, and we can read what our ancestors wanted to say, because they wrote it down. Think about the libraries of Timbuktu, full of books. Books long before the Europeans got out of caves.
Say that.
And then we have a continuation of that. Here we have my floor. And there's writing all over this. This is beautiful. And if all of us who wear much lot water. But it's writing, and most of it is about how to live a godly life, how to relate to each other, how to remember. There's one I want to show you. The squiggly one that goes down the tube. That's part of the path of life. All of us are on this path of life. It's ours. Each one of us has our own. But it reminds you that there are good things that happen along this path. There's some rough ones. But it reminds us constantly, the whole cloth is covered with sayings, advice. We never stop writing. And then, of course, we're on the road. There's nothing greater than that.
Yeah.
We don't have to say it, we know. My sister was walking down the street in New York City, and a coat that had this on it, and the man just came up there and said, nothing is greater than God. We've been writers throughout history. I always have to say that white folks did an incredible job to teach us that we were dumb and nothing in the world. And some people still think we're uber people. And you go to Africa to teach them to dig wells. They don't understand. But anyway, that's a diversion. Those who crossed the ocean, the Atlantic, were not slaves. They were people who were carriers of culture and writers of the word. In the Hosea, the book of and what the heart, the mind, and which is declared by the tongue, so were all divine powers created, and the company of divine powers completed. Indeed, every word of God came into being through that which the heart and mind thought, and the tongue commanded the word. Thus, by means of the word, all faculties and qualities were factual. From the beginning of our experience here in America, there have been wordsmiths who spoke to the people orally and through the printed word. Newspapers and periodicals have been the accepted mode of conveying current information since the invention of the means of printing. Africans in this country to communicate with free and enslaved people. One of the earliest publications was David Walker's Appeal. In 1821. It originally appeared as 4 articles, and then later was published in a book, and the subtitle was Together with a Preamble to the Colored Citizens of the World, but in particular, very expressively to those in the United States of America. And it was an appeal, a call for freedom, and to fight against slavery. Walker intended for his appeal to be read by literate people throughout the 1800s, many newspapers and periodicals by African Americans appeared and were dispersed among free and not free people. The major intent of these publications was to instill pride in its readers and to give hope that someday a change was going to come. That was the golden thread through all of these periodicals. Some of these periodicals lasted decades and some only a few months, but all were eagerly welcomed and read avidly by Black people, and they were passed around. Some of the subscriptions were 10 cents a month, but 10 cents in those days was a lot of money, because unlike there's a lot of money in the economy now, but in those days, so 10 cents was a lot. And if you were only making 10 cents a day, how could you afford a newspaper subscription or periodical? But if your friend had one and your friend read it, then they would pass it to their friend and to their cousin, and passed it around to various people. Because reading was barred for our people under slavery, someone had to read to them. There was great peril in this for the reader and for the listener. If they got caught with a book, a newspaper, anything, they paid many whips. But this did not deter them. The information in the periodical was disseminated throughout the enslaved people. I will always find a way. Prominent among the newspapers in the 1800s was the North Star newspaper that was established by Frederick Douglass. And it lasted from 1818 to 1895. And he founded it with Martin Delaney, who was, not part of the Back to Africa, but a thoughtful man. It was published on December 3rd, 1848. I'm sorry, I gave the dates for Frederick Douglass' life, 1818 to 1881. The newspaper was published from December 3rd, 1848 to June 1851. Then the North Star was merged with the Liberty Party paper and was renamed the Frederick Douglass newspaper. In addition, to taking a strong abolitionist stand, the North Star was a strong supporter of women's rights. And his motto was, "Right is of no sex. Truth is of no color. God is the Father of us all, and all your brethren. That was the motto. Douglas continued publishing the newspaper until 1874 under different names. He saw the value in this mode of information dissemination and used it well to uplift, to organize, and to inform. Among the notable newspapers of the 19th century, and this is what I wanted to show you, the Freedom's Journal, published by Samuel Cornish and John Brown Rusborn. It lasted from 1827 The Colored American, published by Philip Alexander Bells, published from 1837 to 1841. Then the name of the paper that the North Star changed to the Frederick Douglass paper. That was published from 1851 to 1863. The People's Advocate. So it was published for 15 years by John Wesley Cromwell and Travis Benjamin Penn from 1876 to 1891. So this is right after manumission and the whole Reconstruction time. They were publishing newspapers. And those people who couldn't read them found somebody who had one and had it read to them. The thirst for knowledge. Then there was the Christian. This was published from 1861 to 1902, 41 years. And I really, all of these bear more research. I really want to look into this one and see how they published this newspaper for 41 years. And then there was during the 1860s, there was the Elevator, and then the Pacific Appeal. They were published in California as a result of our people's participation in the gold rush. So this is black folks who are out here, who were doing their thing with the gold thing. Communication and information was disseminated to at least 2 newspapers. There are indications that there were more, but these 2 I could find. And then also during the 1860s in New York, the American Free was with the goal of inspiring African Americans during Reconstruction at a time for social and political advancement. We know what happened during Reconstruction. Then lots of newspapers during that time took the name of the colored citizen. So if you look, there are a lot of colored citizen newspapers. Some of them lasted for a while, some of them didn't last very long. Then the Ohio Tribune was published by Daniel Rudd. And he said, and other people say that this was the first black newspaper by and for black people. But really, from what I was just reading to you, we know there was more. But that's all right. He wants to take that credit. And then in 1894, Pierre Ruffin published that The Woman's Era is the first nationally distributed newspaper by and for black women in America. It became the official publication of the National Association of Colored Men. And then it went on to do some other things. And one of the things that they did was to be the first to provide an opportunity for black women in publishing. Writers, editors, even owners, copy people. They opened the door. Today's historical tribute is dedicated to the many men and women who utilize the periodical written word to uplift, inspire, and educate our people and are prime examples of the genius of our race. Stopped at 1899 because in the 1900s, black newspapers blew up.
Yes.
And I was part of it. I grew up with that. So I asked Baba Taya if I could have a second time and go into some of those that we know And some of y'all, if it wasn't you, your parents sold some of the newspapers, and we had them, you know, that's a special day, a special time. So we made the names and works of our genius publishers live long in the hearts and minds of our people. Let us never forget that our people wrote and wrote and wrote, and we read and read and read.
Ashe.
Always. Here we go. Speaking of those newspapers, I know, well, say had a newspaper at one time, Zamani.
Zamani.
Yes. You know, I remember there was a time in Washington DC that you couldn't walk down the street without having a Muhammad speech shoved in your face and a piece of fish food in your pocket. And I saw a few bean pies, and I saw a few Black Panther papers myself. So so you're gonna bring back. You'll be back soon. All right. Someone's gonna be a Molly. I love Wilson.
Ashe.
I love Wilson. I'm gonna piggyback on Mama Kanye said. I love the way Wilson came together for yesterday.
Yes.
We had a beautiful ceremony yesterday. Mama and Gina would be glad to see that the sanctuary today is clean. We've got all kinds of flowers around that you can't see if you're on Zoom. We had a wonderful crowd yesterday. I never knew Mama and Gina had so many family members. It was wonderful to meet them. We had standing room only, we rented 100 chairs and ran out of seats. So it was wonderful yesterday. I got to see Sister Doris yesterday. Always wonderful to see you, Sister Doris. There are a couple of people I want to acknowledge. First of all, the sister that we did the reading for, that we had earlier from our reading, this is Zakia. It's a long time we'll say your birthday is now coming back. So thank you for being here. Thank you. Mama Pam Hurley has been down for a while. She's been away from us due to her injury. She is back in the house this morning. She was here yesterday. And yesterday we talked a lot about past stones of fire. We made the point that there's no once a stone, always a stone. So there are no former stones of fire, but there are past stones of fire. And we have one with us here this morning, Sister Ayo. Is with us for the first time in a long time. And her husband, Brother Shanwalker. Okay, welcome. Okay. I'm supposed to stop, but I'm going to say, look, what I know is that she would have spoken up by now. Every Sunday she found something to say on Zoom. We would have heard. She always found something to say. And then walking in the back of in the building, I walked up to the ancestor table that she started and saw her smiling face on her pictures on it. So, Mommy Dina, we miss you. We love you. Now, more music from the sound of my. You're looking at me like, what?
Stones of Fire. Some of y'all know this song. It's one of our songs that Sounds of Maat created, but y'all have heard it before. So I enjoy you to sing along if you know it. And there's some microphones up here. People sing a little chorus.
I think that's that song to make it go.
Can we plug that mic back yet?
Wait a second.
He's ready.
See if y'all.
ready to pass.
You don't know it, but you figured out it. How about
Standing, standing, still standing. Standing, standing, still standing. Standing on the ancestors' ways, how the ride deserves the praise. We be coming forth by day, we know that's the way. Looking back, we've had hard times, but we keep the teachings on our mind. Waking up, we see our shine and give thanks to the His ways. I'm in around deserves the praise. We be coming forth by day. We know Master way. Sound the incense way. I'm in around deserves the praise. We be coming forth by day. We know Master way. Smell the incense in the air. Never been one to despair. Know that cosmic law is fair. Change is in the air. Standing on the ancestors' ways. I'm in a ride deserves the praise. We be coming forth by day. We know Master way. I'm in a ride deserves the praise. We be coming forth by day. We know Master way. Smell the incense in the air. Never been one to despair. Know that cosmic law is fair. Change is in the air. Looking back, we've had hard times, but we keep the teachings on our mind. Waking up, we see our shine and give thanks to the divine. Standing on the ancestors' ways, on the ride deserves the praise. We be coming forth by day. We know Master way. Standing on I deserve the praise. We come forth by day. We know Master way.
Come on, stand.
Standing, standing, still standing. Standing, standing, still standing. We know Master way. Standing, you deserve praise. Oh, Master way, Master way. Oh, was to stand, still stand, keep standing. We know, that's the way, yeah. We know, keep standing.
standing. Oh, yeah. I've been riding search for praise. We be coming forth by day. We know master way. Standing on the ancestors' ways. I've been coming forth by day. We know master way. Standing, still standing. We know master way. Still standing, still standing. I hope you know it. I hope you feel it. You can stand, you can stand, you can stand. Still standing, still standing.
One more time, y'all.
Standing, standing, still standing. Thank you, Stones of Fire. Thank you, Maat. Thank you, Rose, for holding it down. Thank you, Singho.
I said it before, but I feel the need to say it. I love what I say.
And another
Well, I
one.
was saying, I was writing to Yanni, I think pretty soon you're gonna be singing. That tears coming out of her eye. Okay, we'll say it is now time to pay the bills. You know, unfortunately, we always have to stop and take a collection, pay the bill. Yes, it's not unfortunate. Brother, listen, that's not unfortunate. That's the best part of being here. You get to help support. You know, yeah, right. So, we're gonna have our stalwart brother Calabasi, who himself has been traveling. He's back from Jamaica, right? He came back, and he's gonna lead us in our living sacrifice.
Good morning, good afternoon, Road State community. You're in the yes, it's good to be back in the house
Yes,
of Jose.
yes.
And I can say as well, I love Jose too.
Yes,
And I guess that's why I've been here for so many years.
longer than me.
And it's a loving community.
Yes, it is.
It's easy to love Jose, and if you were just here in the sanctuary, you know, you would feel and experience the energy as we do. Hopefully you are getting some sense of that in Zoom land. But yeah, the energy has been good and positive. The vibe has been so mellow and uplifting.
Yes.
And fulfilling sounds of my aunt and sister Latrice up front. It's just to behold and to hear. And collaboration with the Stones of Fire. Also added a new sound and new dimensions, and hopefully we can see more of those collaborations. And so, yeah, just very good to be back from my travels and seeing familiar faces and faces that I have not seen for a while. This is a time in our series known as the Litany of Sacrifice. And it offers an opportunity for us to return a portion of that which we have received back to the community.
Yes.
As we often like to remind everyone, we are a self-sustaining, self-supporting community. And we've been doing it for 44 years, almost 45. And we regale in that we have been able to earn that level of support that period of time. But we still need it. And so this morning, inspirational reading I'd like to share with you comes from Lucia, the book of Ali, passage number 10. And Ali says, walk each day in the way of righteousness, and you will reach the place to which you are going. Never speak evil words to any visitor, or words spoken carelessly someday when you are gossiping may overturn your house. If you are found generous in times of prosperity, when adversity comes, you will be able to bear it. If you are righteous, you will be recognized and respected. And whether you are among many or few, you will find your family and all you wish will be granted. Give thanks for those words from Ali. And I don't know if it's possible to put the litany up there, but all right. See, Minister Bill is out there. He's on his job. You know, he's listening, he's watching, he's ready, and he is able. And so, brothers and sisters, yes, let us stand and recite this litany of sacrifice. And we recite this litany every week. And the words, I hope you are beginning to memorize and internalize. And so let us recite it together. Save us, O Holy One, by your name. Vindicate us by your might. Hear my prayer, divine protector. Listen to the words of my mouth. How can we repay, Holy One, for the gifts that have been given to us? We will lift up the cup of salvation and call upon the God of our ancestors. We will fulfill our vows to our Creator in the presence of all our people. Gladly we bring our sacrifices to you. We will praise your name, O Lord and Rock, for it is good.
Ashe.
Emoji, unity. We shall strive to maintain unity in the family, community, nations.
We shall plot, name, create, and speak for ourselves.
Collective work and responsibility. We shall build and maintain our communities together. Our brothers and sisters' problems shall be ours to solve together.
We shall talk, cooperative economics. Together we shall
We
build
shall
and
build,
maintain our
maintain our businesses,
and
and together profit from them.
Leo, purpose. We shall make our collective vocation the building and development of our community and the restoration of our people to our traditional greatness.
creativity. We shall
We shall do as much as we can, whenever we return, to leave our community more beautiful and beneficial than when we inherited it.
Money, faith. We will believe with all our hearts in our God, our people,
And in the righteousness and victory of our struggle. Ashe.
and The addresses are up for you to make your contributions. We welcome all contributions of any amount. You can send those contributions several different ways. If you go to WOSE website, community.org, that's for WOSE Oakland, wosecommunity.org. On there, you will find a tab in different ways send money to WOSE community. You can send it by mail. Send it to 8924 Artist Street, Oakland, California, 94621, and we will be happy to receive those contributions. Also, for those of you sending contributions to brothers and sisters in Sacramento who also need support as well, because like us, it is a work of love. We don't receive hefty salaries and things of that nature. We do this work as an act of love. So you can send your donations to the WOSE community, wosesac.org. There you will find a similar website for making donations. You can also send it by mail. Send it to P.O. Box 5271, Sacramento, California, 95817. They'd be very happy to receive those contributions and will help further the work that we have undertaken. We want to make 25 one of our best years. And the phrase and slogan that Minister Riley gave us, what was that, Minister Riley? Thriving in 25. And so that's a good incentive for all of us to continue to support these respective houses of Amin Ra. Help us to continue to share and spread the word. No need to keep it to yourself. And yes, indeed, we love to see more of Sister Yanni and her family here in sanctuary, participating with us, as well as Sister Ayo and Sister Tia. Welcome back to all of you. Love having you. And so, with that being said, I will close this part of our service with a brief prayer. The Holy One, divine creator, ever grateful, ever thankful for life. Holy One, we thank you for this work that we have been led to. This work that all of us feel very passionate about. And to do this work, it does require resources. We find ourselves living in a capitalistic system, and resources are required. So we thank each and every one that made a contribution, whether it was in monetary funds, some talent that you brought to the community. We thank you. We thank you for your time and service that you spend in preparations for these worship services. We ask that you be with us, O Holy One, throughout the rest of this day. We ask that we open our hearts, open our minds to receive the message that will come. And just be with us, Holy One. Peace and blessings to all of the WOSE community. Grant protection and bring us back to this place 7 days hence, this place we call WOSE. This is my prayer. Ashe, Ra, Ashe, Ra, Ashe, Ra.
And it's built up, because everything built up to this. We are now going to hear this one message from our minister here. What's the name? Let's come up with theme songs. It's a music got a break to the front. That's the arrow. We never had a problem. At that time, I thought I was saying kind of James. And so I really was spirit. We had dances called like Greek and other things. And he had no problem being entertained. I had no problem being spirited. Now I ain't gonna tell nobody else, but I know let's back. So, start eating this. This is so, but yeah, the spirit. I feel like y'all. So, yeah, got a chance to see a little bit yesterday. This called yes. Okay? It's all the evidence or the thing I can say that the spirit of the work. Yeah, but that's it's what the keyword of all. If y'all had just been here to see the evidence done of testing systems working on the floor, then the altar, then the kitchen, all that evidence working. And the sisters show up and show up. You know, it's been from I got on the heavy lift. Sisters still will be there will be no life. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Appreciate that. Really good. Especially as on both sides, on the Kanye, outside of the house, early in the morning. Everybody she ain't been doing that during the week. Okay, if she has to do and she comes and gets up very fun. Let's turn it on, believe me. And comes over here, it's not just the watch people, but the beat there on her hands and knees. Shrug. Sorry, my friend. Thank you.
And I just said, message this morning. But I want to thank you to all you other sisters and the brothers who helped out. We think there were people who got it. These are our reflections about something that I believe should be a. You know, we made history yesterday. Before yesterday, they never in the sanctuary. Yeah, no, that's homegoing. I'm talking about. You got memorials. Homegoing, families. Hope folks understand that it's history as well. So we have also an obligation that we have to continue that spirit that Mama and Dina represented. Hope y'all hear me.
Yes.
Because she gave of herself completely for the service to others. And that spirit has to be maintained, not just for yesterday, but ongoing. As we want some things that I want to kind of briefly speak to. It's by her homegoing service. Is that all right, y'all?
Yes.
This afternoon now. And as always, I have my St. Cora rooting section. So none of y'all don't say I say, eat beer. And see, so y'all been helped out. First, there was a very, Minister Michael Lisi says it all the time. I consider it his theme song, page 42 of the Lucia, where it stands at 4. It's also something that was said during the service and even today about Mama and Dina. Be diligent as long as you live, always doing more than is commanded of you. Do not misuse your time while following your heart. To the soul, the waste one's time. Do not lose the daily opportunity to increase that which you have. Diligence produces gains, and gains do not endure when diligence is. Ooh, see, the back to me. Usually, and I've done both fortunately and unfortunately a lot of homework. My family is large, and I've been in ministry some 25 years, and I've been called upon a lot, particularly in the last 20 years, to be the officiating minister, which is an honor and a privilege, but it's also particularly if the homegoing person is kind of young. You know, when people are doing these, they tend to want to say at least something positive about the person. And I don't know about y'all, but I've been in some homegoings where you really had to think about it, because we don't want to just say something negative or critical. We want to say something positive. And it's sometimes challenging. I've been in some homegoings where the lifestyle of the person, it's difficult to find something that is just positive when you're talking about the being and being home.
You understand it?
Yes.
You understand it.
Yet in this situation, we had an abundance of positivity. We didn't have to be creative. We didn't have to think, well, in 1997, for at least 40 years, we have evidence of a life well lived. That's a legacy. For me, that's something I aim for. When my time comes, so that someone can say those types of things about about my life. Because that is the legacy, not they had $100 to hand out, although that's nice. Not that they were driving a nice car, living in a great home, or that they seemed to be really good people, but the testimony of others over generations. Because she had at least 5 generations represented there. Yanni is not the youngest one that was there. Were you not? There was the children of grandchildren present. You ever say to y'all? All of them were there to honor her. It wasn't people just curious or had no else to go. And it's something also, which is pointed out in the eulogy, that is in a community that when someone is departed, the representation of the response of the community, this place was full. It easily could have had more folks. Because of who it was, we were honored. That's a testimony. You don't have to invent nothing or make up something. You simply, that tells the story. Also, the legacy is who is left behind. And I really want to emphasize something about that. We can't just be people that were really sad and supportive and offering condolences the day of. Because for the real, y'all gonna be real? What matters and what is supportive is the days after.
Come on now, teach good.
We are real good at showing up. And we're real good at doing some really loving and supportive things the day of. But the Yannis don't show up if there's no aftermath.
Come on.
If they don't feel that there's something that's meaningful the next day, and the next week, and the next month, and the next year. Y'all hear me?
Yes.
So I wouldn't be here for things like that. Because I have had some tremendous losses. When I lost my daughter, it wasn't just me being a minister that held me up. It was because folks, for me, I almost couldn't show up for myself. And some of you all are witnesses of that for your own selves. Because see, it was days after. There were still people calling me, asking if I needed something. There was folks showing up, cooking for me, because they knew that was going to be something challenging for me. And I understand, Yanni, our commitment has to be reciprocal. We don't want you just to show up. We have to show up for you too. And I know people, let me just say, Mama Keisha is a special person in the recall.
Come on now.
I want y'all to know that. Because she didn't always be up front and in front of everybody speaking to this or speaking to that. But you can count on her to show up when needed. She's not, it ain't just like something easy to do. Thank you so much for being who you are. Because you're setting the mode. That's the type of standard we have to keep aspiring to. We can't just be good at the simple stuff.
Right on Sunday.
Because ain't the 6 more days of the week?
4 days of the week. Come on.
You know, showing up on Sunday is great. It's fine. But what keeps us alive and well is when people continue to show up the other days. I can't thank enough people who were there for me. And it wasn't my only challenge. And we have to continue that tradition, which really is amazing about our community, is that it doesn't seem to happen until we lose someone. And you see people showing up. It was amazing to see the effort that Rose, you were for the work and the effort that was done and for the outcome. And we don't want to do that just when people transition.
Right.
I know that might not be a good Ashe moment, But understand, it cannot just be for folks when they transition.
Come on now.
It's also gotta be even when maybe things are going reasonably well.
Yeah.
It may be also when we have other stuff to celebrate.
Right.
David's already married, so we can't talk about him getting married. But there are other folks where it could be a celebration of that nature.
Yeah, yeah.
It could also be for when our young are doing things that should be celebrated,
Yeah.
like graduation, like hitting the honor roll. And also those types of things that we need to take advantage of to celebrate as a community.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Come on now.
I don't want to party alone.
I said.
But boys at a party when other people show up. Now I know you don't want to think that it's the only thing to think about, but I do enjoy a good party. Still, minister had on or not. And there's also another piece of the reflection. There was a discussion about principles. And I ain't talking about a principle at a school. I'm talking about principles to live by. When we say things like speak Maat, think Maat, do Maat, those are concrete, real things. It's not just a quote. It's not just something out of a book, but it has to challenge the way you live. Because that's what others see.
Yes, yes.
They don't hear too much about what you say. They know what your messages they're going to record, but they do see you. And I was told a long time ago, one of the best sermons you can have is the one you live.
Teach good. Come on now.
Oh, maybe I need to say that again.
Teach that
So
good.
one of the best messages you can deliver
Yeah.
is the one you live.
Come on. Yeah.
Because that will speak more than all the great quotes,
Come on.
all the good books, all that stuff you can point to. It is the life you live that tells the most, that means the most, that touches the most. And that's what the younger people see. You can't get away with that. Do as I say, but don't watch what I do stuff no more.
Come on now.
Really wasn't getting away with it before, were we, young?
Right.
It's just that we convinced ourselves that pretty good sounded good. But see, younger folks now are calling us on that. Because if you can't answer why you're supposed to do what you do, and then demonstrate in your own personal life, how do you make yourself an exception? Isn't that called a contradiction?
Come on now.
Isn't that called hypocrisy?
Yeah.
And young folks know that. Even as young as Sinclair. They know when our actions do not match
Right.
our words.
Yeah.
So I want to call folks out on those words. Because my aunt are specific things, in case y'all didn't know. We even have a book that I kind of like to call my second Bible. Page 271. The 7 virtues. Justice. Harmony.
Yeah.
Determination. Reciprocity.
Yeah.
Balance.
Yeah.
And truthfulness.
Come on now.
Those are real things. They can't be concepts. That's right. It can't just be something to make us feel good when we say them. But they also have to be something real. So when he says Ashe, it actually means something in real life. And they all stand for something that we can do.
Come on now.
See, there are 3 things to mind. You think it, you speak it, and you do it. We do well with the think part, because there ain't nobody here who can't read and write.
Come on now.
And we pretty much can do the speak part too. Because there are folks who've been around teaching and working with. And so those 2 parts, I'm gonna leave that to yourselves today. But what I am going to speak to today it's about the do. That's right. Because you should do something that shows those principles personally.
Now,
It don't do any good if simply that's a conversation amongst us in a circle.
come on now.
The people outside this building,
Yes, yes.
outside this room, outside of us, want to see what it is.
Come on now.
That's right. So it can't just be that I sound good. They don't know about me. See, there was something obvious about the way I lived.
Come on now.
You didn't have to see it in the things I did. And that wasn't always a beautiful picture. I don't know about y'all, but I had a past that wasn't built on my eyes.
Yeah.
And I struggled. And people knew it better than me. Because for a long time, I didn't know how bad off I was. But that was just me. I'm sure none of y'all had any struggles like that. Maybe an age but nobody else really understands that part of life. So I ain't gonna put y'all on it. But understand, the Whitley line that Mama Keisha was talking about,
Yes.
that's how we live.
Yes.
See, some of that is smooth.
Yeah.
And then some of it ain't so smooth.
Yes.
Some of it dip down. And then some of it will come up.
Come on now.
But it still progresses as long as you're alive.
Come on now.
The issue isn't avoiding the down.
Come on now.
The issue is what do you do to come up?
Come on back up.
Because that's what people look at.
Yeah.
See,
Right.
that you doing fine as long as things are going well with you,
Yeah.
then maybe you're not telling the truth about what it is.
Come on now. What'd you say?
Uh-oh.
What'd you say?
See, maybe you're not telling the truth. Because all things don't always go smooth. But are you still that person that even when it's challenging, you maintain iman?
Come on now.
Do you keep the faith?
Yes.
Do you still have good words for people?
Yes.
Or you know, I ain't in the mood for this today.
Come on. Teach good. Teach good.
Because if you're going to keep it real,
Yeah.
then you also have to acknowledge things that are always good.
Right.
That's what they do. I'm still enjoying myself. I'm still teaching work.
Teach good.
Come on with me,
Teach
Secretary.
good.
Man, we're gonna do this. Understand, folks. The good news is that every time you have an incident or an incident is an opportunity for you to represent
Come on.
your faith. What type of faith do you have? Is it a good time faith, which is pretty easy? Or are you the faith that lasts regardless? In fact, in some cases, like for myself, my faith is enhanced by the challenge.
Yeah.
I don't want stuff to go negative. I don't want stuff to fall down. I don't want stuff to always go good and always go a certain way. But I do enjoy the ability to deal with it in a way that doesn't make me represent the negative I'm experiencing. See, I still got. What about you?
Come on now.
Does your faith go through even when they aren't? So, because that's real faith. Real faith is a faith that meets the challenges. The challenges when life shows up. And even for a youngster, they get challenged. Even for the young, they get challenged. And what do when they show up?
I think so.
I ain't ready for the answer today. So of course you do. But y'all, that's what I want you to take home with you.
Come on now.
Because all of us can be good on Sunday. Oops, I didn't say that. See, we can have a show up thing, especially if we're surrounded by other people watching us. But what does it look like on Monday? Not looking at clothes.
Right.
What does it look like for a parent But as a child, it just don't act right that day.
Come on.
What does that mean for a husband whose wife might be challenging that day?
Right.
Can your faith get you through those moments? Or do you think you want a timeout? Or you think you need an exception? I'll be good tomorrow. Do you understand tomorrow's not guaranteed?
Right.
Do you understand that there is a quote that I read yesterday? That when the messenger comes, are you prepared?
Right.
See, part of our spiritual faith in the sacred African way is that there's a theology that says judgment time will come. And at that moment, there are confessions you are requested to respond to. And there's a feather, and then there's your heart. And can your responses be so well that the feather doesn't dip up? Because that's the questions about what were your actions actually.
Yes.
Do you have the confidence that if you're at that final interview, you can speak in a confident manner that I didn't engage in this, or I didn't engage in that, because excuses won't work. Not if you have a faith that believes there's a judgment time. See, these folks around here, they ain't judging nobody. Make a lot of noise. But see, the real judgment is at a point when you are supposed to transition from this phase of life to the next. Understand, there is a point that everybody will come where you will recognize I'm about to move on. And if your faith is that what you will be judged upon is those things you did do and what things you didn't do. And our job for a parent, their job is to pass those values on to your children so that they don't depend on you to be here for them to honor them. Mm-hmm. And for those other adults, then your life is supposed to be an example of how to live. Better. Not perfect. Better. So as you be better, everything around you should improve. Y'all feel me today?
Yes.
In case I'm flying, I want to go there. The opportunity where in Gina's life to be a real example is for you to take a lesson from.
Yeah.
I did. I paid attention. I was on the program because I was being touched. I was being called out. Because see, it's easy on Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon to speak to others about this and that. But then on Monday when I'm here in my house and my children are walking around and they're all adults and they're talking to me as adults, will I still be willing to listen? But I know it's a challenge. I know that we all are living in circumstances that challenge your belief system and say, do you have principles or don't you? And they can't be part-time ethics. You can't put them on and pull them off at your convenience. This is really not happening. They have real principles, they stand regardless of the circumstance. If the police are at the corner, you still stop at the red light.
Right.
So we have practice at it, and that's what gets us better, is the practice. Unlike what people would have thought Allen Iverson was talking about practice, practice is our best ability to do things and become better at it. Because I don't know about y'all, but I didn't wake up perfect. I wasn't born perfect. I didn't come by this because at 5 years old, they was teaching me this. Real life taught me. And I made mistakes. Many of you probably didn't make no mistakes. I ain't gonna accuse you. Said ain't you? Other folks I'm not being challenged in it. Okay.
Come on, Bob. Come on, Bob.
Okay. Good. Okay, so I'm not by myself?
No.
Okay,
Not
make
at all.
sure. Because that's the work that gives us and builds us the foundation that makes us who we are.
Yeah.
You play like you practice.
All right.
If you're a musician, you really know what I'm talking about. If you have any connection to the gifts that the divine is introduced to, they just didn't pop up.
Right.
Once you became aware of them, some of you weren't even aware of, but they began to be a part of your daily
True that.
interaction with others. You sang and you kept singing. You played music, you kept playing music. Eventually, your talent, your gifts expanded.
Yeah.
It's the same way with Maat. You're introduced to it, and then you expand on it.
Yeah.
I'm not here to teach you Maat, in case you didn't know. But I am here to expose you to it.
Yes.
And to encourage you to practice it. Because I'm a living witness that it improves your life.
Yeah.
Y'all don't even know my real story, my full story. But I have 5 children, and I was a single parent to 3 of them because of my own behavior.
Well,
Thankfully, my aunt, even though it wasn't named that, was given to me by my elders in terms of how to be a better man. And when I started to practice that,
yeah.
my life and the life of my children. That's what's going. And you all are in the same position. Your life can only improve, and the ones around you as well, because that's what community is.
Right.
Unity, the word, is in community. Together, not a separate, not a one. So let me end this with this. Mm-hmm. Baba Kadabazi said something, which I want you to hear. This is not a secret. We are not a cult. He said, this is not a secret. And this is not a cult. And it's an expansion of what has been in our history for thousands of years. That's the reason why those things existed for thousands of years. And it's our good fortune that we're being given this off the walls of the temples to understand it a way that you and I can share.
Yeah.
I don't even have to speak for me. I don't even have to be able to interpret the symbols. I can say it and speak it in a way that he understands at his age. That's what the value we have.
Yes, yes.
And we have some beautiful, beautiful, wise folks who continue to carry the message, Mama Keisha and others,
Yeah.
who are bearing witness of the value of those words. So you only have the simple task of embracing it. Let me say that again. Yeah. See, you have a simple task. Embrace it for yourself. And I trust the Spirit to work it out. You know, I trust the Spirit to work it out. Because you can't take the phone.
Right.
The God will get you if you sit over here and talk about, yeah, I believe in God, and then go home and don't.
Right.
So I ain't got to do nothing with y'all. I'm just going to tell you the strength and share it and hope you will do too.
Yeah.
There is, in transition, there in West Africa, there's a real powerful ceremony. They take that person, and for 7 days they celebrate. 2 of those days are for the family, the immediate family. For them to mourn, for them to grieve, and And then for those 5 days, they celebrate all the gifts that that person brought to the community. If they're a musician, they play their music. If they're a singer, they sing their song. If they're a dancer, they dance their favorite dancer. That celebration of transition is not lost to us. If you pay attention, you realize we do stuff like that. And so please honor what you've been given and share my out. I don't even care if you call it my out. What I care about is, can you carry the person?
Yes.
Can you speak to justice,
Yes.
harmony,
Yes.
integrity,
Yes.
determination, reciprocity, balance, and temperance? And it is done correctly. And that's what the education and the teaching's about. It's learning how to put it in the right order. Because it ain't just tail. It ain't just helter skelter. All right, y'all?
Right.
So, thank you again this morning, this afternoon. I just praise you all who gave me the honor of being the officiating minister yesterday, because it was truly an epic, historic occasion. And the community, we come together when sometimes people don't even expect it to. I'm sure there was some boo bugs that were expecting it to be some mess. Like there might be a couple of fights in the parking lot. Folks acting up at the grave site.
Wow.
People were people. There was still some feeling. But the spirit. So they still do it now. You still do it now. Thank you, Mama Gina. And thank you for all who participated, sharing with me today. Ashe.
Absolutely. For that beautiful, beautiful message, and delivered it beautifully today, and we're all still, our hearts are still very full from yesterday, and taking this message further, on doing the invitation to both say, we want us to renew our commitment to bring more to both say. But anybody that wants to sign up on Zoom, or if you want somebody to get in touch with you, please put a message in the chat, raise your hand, and you'll be followed up with. Most of us here are members, but each one of us should commit to bringing people with us. Each one of us should recommit ourselves to digging in deeper and bringing people to Wolfsay. I remember when I first heard about Wolfsay, and that was in 2011. I was so surprised that I didn't know about this community. I was surprised. And when I found out we had a school in Omaha, I said, what? It's been a secret. Nobody told me. Nobody told my honey. And that was the beginning of my shared life here with Wolfsay. So please, each and every one of us, plan to let's take Mama Gita's spirit and do more with it. I know she affected all of us.
Yeah.
And I'm just so thankful. I got a chance to see her about 8 weeks ago. I'll never forget that. So each one of us commit to reaching out. When you think about somebody, call them. When you think about them, don't wait to call people. Take the time, even if you just reach out and say hello, because that's what Mama Gita did. She reached out to people all the time. She was always caring for people. Even when she was isolated in her home, she'd call and check. Yes. We have someone who wants to announce and she wants to be a member.
I said. I said.
Not only because she's from Houston, I want to be here, but because I should have been here for a long time.
You here now?
You're right on time.
All right, it is perfect. So,
My little babies over here helping me too.
Yeah, I know.
Right order.
Mama, grandmama, when you have done, we are so thankful for today. So let's all come up and greet her.
Yes.
Yes.
Everybody,
Come on up. Come on up.
come on, Yanni, come down for it. Everyone give her the hand of fellowship, please. Yeah.
We're blessed today.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you for blessing. Hallelujah. Thank you for everybody here today. Everybody who made a commitment to the service. Thankful for the sounds of the heart, y'all mean so much for us. And thank you for Patrice. Singing, car. Won't call me a little, just don't shake my shame. Come on now. Thankful for everybody. Say, story, rain, or your.
Okay.
See what you're doing today? The girls.
Yeah, so form a circle and we'll sing, National the Black Nation.
Multi-family, come on up and circle up, we're gonna sing our anthem.
I'm gonna lift
So,
all my voices and sing.
Baba Kanabazi,
Yes.
you and, Ty, you guys are responsible for new members in the class, right? Baba Ty.
Yes.
So I'm just saying, let's collect the information. Let's collect that information.
I think so. I'm okay.
First things first. All right, y'all circle up, y'all ready to sing?
Yes, yes, yes.
Lift every voice.
Lift every voice.
Thank you. Right.
Sisters and brothers on Zoom, I'm going to mute Oakland, and let's conclude with a lift every voice and sing. I really like this video of lift every voice and sing. Not that one. Let's see. I thought I had it here. Just a second. It was up here. Okay, let me share now. Glad to see all of your faces.